the discussion that we had the other day, so where have we proceeded in terms of what we have discussed? I think I highlighted a few things, right? And those are the three things I think that is kind of major, and the rest is basically as we go along, right? So today you are supposed to start, even though some things are not solved, that's fine, because these 2 weeks we're going to go all hands on deck, and then at the same time we solve as we go along, because we can't wait until it's perfect and then start moving, right? Okay? Because the brain says that. Alright, so how did we tackle the issues in hand, or let's say the things that's highlighted in terms of design? Where have we proceeded in terms of design, and then the technical of that inserting that you guys had the other day? Where have we moved from there? Anyone can speak now. You need to speak up. Because it's not a matter of actually sending attachment to your tutor and then expect us to see it and then give it back to you. No, I need to hear your reasoning first. Once when I hear your reasoning, then I understand why you did that. Okay. Okay, move on.
This is so far our improvised model from last week after the presentation one, which is also our final model. So as you have already known, our team has planned to use the stairs as well.
Okay.
Yeah. And last week our model improvised from like the edge here. It's supposed to be more on the round side. We're planning to expand this part and make this into more of a sharp angle to make it look skeletal and to make it look narrow as well. And more compact in like giving it more great atmosphere for the space as well. Yeah. And it's also on our shading area as well as our weaving. We are planning something like this, but
that is also kind of nice, because I think that's kind of chaos kind of thing. So there's different way of expressing, yeah? So we'll think about that. Okay, fine.
Yeah, so we are planning to make the weaving more in the larger gap so the light can shine through as well.
Okay. I'd like you to think about it as well, because I think I remember highlighting that when you are in a space, you need to understand some things can go, you know, the weaving can go from the gaps are small, bigger, whatever, because the user experience that you want, how the user experience in that particular space, right? So just give it a thought. All right? I'm not saying that what you just mentioned to me that's a done deal, but I want you to understand, because in terms of space, we need to understand we can do so much in that one little structure. Move on, please.
What is the scale of that, can I ask?
This one 1 to 4.
1:4?
Yeah, this one 1 to 4. This one 1 to 20.
No, this is 0.25 to 1.
Hey, 0.25 is 1/4.
Yeah, but this is 1 to 20.
This is 1 to 10, not 1 to
Oh yeah, 1 to
Okay,
10.
how big is the human for that? Do you have a human? Like, I want to see how you're going to use that.
We're just trying to put this.
You want to put it in together?
It's just a part of the structure, not the entire thing.
Oh really? That's not the whole thing?
No. It's more of
You
like...
still have to get, this is more like the outside.
Maybe it's like the roof or something. Like.
So initially we were proposing like we want to, our action is laying, right? And then we wanted, because of lying down, you know how when you lie down you're very like vulnerable, and then so we wanted to give like an aspect of privacy when they lie down as well. So like.
So are they lying on top or below? Just
No,
I don't think realistically this will balance on this.
Yeah.
It's too much.
The space is a bit tiny.
Because the proportion is
But this
wrong.
is nice, so
I mean, you can just
Totally agree, and yes, it is nice on its own.
Yeah.
We could put like the benches like coming in from each side,
Yeah,
like
but-
Eric said.
But if you put benches coming out on each side, it'll just be like
No,
a shaded
no,
bench.
no. Lie on the floor.
Lie on the floor. Can also.
So,
Can
like-
Lie on the floor and look up.
Yeah, that's
But I think the question is this: lie on the floor and look up and see what? Just strips?
Yeah, exactly.
Also, is it meant to show only like one exact? Let's say we choose resting. Is everything meant to be just resting, or can we choose another position?
You can choose another position, but I think what is lacking now is a continuity in a narrative. Right? So you choose resting. Can you tell me why did you come up with this? What make you want to choose this position?
Because since our will be placed in the uni square, right? And then that's like the place with high amount of student traffic. They travel between the shops more, then they
Yeah.
travel back,
You
travel
know
there.
something?
Yeah.
Why not make a space? Because like,
Make a what?
okay, students walk around there, like they're
High
tired,
student
they're
traffic,
resting.
yes.
But at the same time, that is the spot where students take a lot of pictures, like where they,
Oh yeah,
Instagram.
true. Yeah, yeah.
Anyways, why not make maybe some space they can sit? Maybe the concept should be okay. You just
Yeah,
maybe
I think
your hand is like this,
what
and
you
then
should do
you can take a
is
picture or something.
resting is interesting, but when I look at the context of what you said, the uni square people are walking. Okay, let me just try to frame this in your mind.
Okay.
What suddenly decide to lie down there? Is it not odd the action?
I think more of sitting than lying down. So like when they walk, then they tired, then they can sit down. Like
I mean, it is okay. If you say resting, then maybe there are different positions. Resting can mean sitting, resting can mean lying down, then there are different aspects of this, that's fine, right? I think you need to examine that so that it looks like the narrative has a certain continuation, right? Let me just try, I mean, I'm going to go off on a rant, okay? So you need to filter, okay?
Let's go,
Right.
let's go.
If you're going to choose an action, I think it's nice for you to examine what happens when you are doing the action as well. More than just the obvious of this action makes me lie down in this position and I need this size, I need this angle and all that, right? Which is something that you should be doing, but that's basic, okay? But when I lie down, my eyes are looking up. Is it because of the angle? Or my eyes is looking in front, right? What am I looking at? What do you want them to look at, right? The way my body is cradled. How do you want it to be cradled? You know, what is the sensory quality of the surface that we have just designed? You know, are they feeling it? You know, are they experiencing it? Correct? I think this structure is quite evocative in many ways. Okay. If I don't put a human, you know, it could actually be someone underneath here sitting down, right, facing this direction. Like maybe there's a human sitting here, or someone sitting in a position where it's almost like a meditative Zen position underneath here. But they are being framed here. Obviously, the structure is not dense enough to shade them. You get very hot, correct? And if you design it to take the load of a body, you know, someone can actually climb onto this, but maybe not in this angle because it's not very comfortable at the moment. If it's a bit lower, not all of it in the same point maybe, right? Maybe both points, some of them are lower like that. And then you can actually lie on top there. And with that, you're talking about this way. How is the body cradled? What makes it comfortable? And what makes it restive or something, right? And when they are cradled, no, you think of yourself lying down. I'm looking at the sky. Am I looking at the sky? I don't know, right? Do you want them to look at the stars? Does it happen at night? I don't know, you know. But the narrative can play into this whole idea. You know, sometimes it's about daydreaming or something, and then you provide the avenue for that to happen. If spatially, if someone can crawl in, but then some opening have to be done because it cannot be like that. The idea is that so this person can stand in the middle here, and then there's something that covers here, and there's like this light that comes down. It could be quite interesting.
So like a skylight,
Yeah.
Maybe like the tower.
like this in the center.
You can install this here.
Yeah.
Will it be too much? It feels as if like
Can I do another history?
yeah, it's a bit like over the over the yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you have this kind of element repeated, right? What you want to feel is that normally in a design, right, this triangulation you want to, if this is the triangulation, you want to repeat it as many times as possible, so that it looks like that is the concept, that's the concept, everything is triangulated. So even inside here, I think you want to try and think, you know, can it not be so flat? You know, should it have some, or should it have something that, you know? So this is just a thought. Otherwise, because this piece feels like they are there to support this, so that the triangles don't run away. But it looks as if like the square is out of place.
This one is do something like this.
You get it right? You got it right?
Install like a circle. 4 more steps
The
here.
worst growing in the block.
That will be too high.
This scissor here is this scissor. Yeah. Then we compress it out by using a small spoon.
Okay, so are these the bamboo used in our project?
The bamboo.
Yeah, the type of bamboo or the species of the bamboo.
No, this is like the general terminology lah. Like, I think I did not include info about like the sematan, like diameter and that. Should we include that one?
Yes. And also it will include like you have a 2-inch bamboo and 3-inch bamboo, right? So what are the general use for these types of bamboo for the thickness? So what we can say some of it could be used as sitting structure or whatnot. You can include that as well. Alright? Okay. So what are all these
So it's a different joinery. So this is like 1 ear, 2 ear. I think this is fish and this is like, I forgot what's the name, but yeah.
So what's the function of this different type of joinery?
It's like depending on what kind of joint you want to use lah. Like this one is like you can connect like horizontal one, and then like maybe fish mouth is like, let's say we want to put bracing right here, right? Then the fish mouth can also like be right here lah.
So you're gonna cut it like in a diagonal manner and then fix it diagonally. Okay, all right.
Then you secure with a peg or something, no?
Okay. So are these the lashing that you're gonna use it?
Yes. This is square lashing and this is like shear lashing. Oh. Sorry, this is diagonal. This is square. This is shear and this.
So what are these for?
Okay, this kind of lashing is for like connect poles of different lengths and then like this kind of diagonal is to like connect diagonal poles together, and then square lashing is to connect perpendicular ones.
Okay, that's great. So how many type of lashing that you're going to use for this structure?
I think so far mainly I think 2 only, which is square lashing, like this kind of perpendicular pole, and then diagonal. I think so far these 2 only. And Shani suggested to use square lashing to attach all of these pentagon together. She tried it at home. I think it works now.
Do you have any sketch model?
Sketch model?
You said you tried it at home, right? Did you bring the reels?
I cannot fit my bag because it was from the side of the
Oh.
But I got picture.
Okay, never mind.
I did picture.
Okay. You're like, it's so funny. You need to look like that.
Thank you for risking a laptop. Like this.
Okay.
I tried like joining these 2 parts, these 2, then connecting this one and this one together.
Oh, so there's the square lashing that you improvise.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it's quite secure. I tried.
Okay. Alright. That's great. Okay, good. So for the ergonomics, are these a general dimension for the?
These 2 is considered general, and this one is probably the ones that we'll be using, especially the sitting, the laying, that.
Okay, so can you explain to me like all these posture, right? Where are they located at?
I would say the main one, where's the sitting guy? The sitting one we got like the normal one right here lah, and then we also use this person in like this one, yeah. And then I also use something like sitting like this. They want to put underneath here, yeah. And then also this one can like something like this one, so like they wanted to lie right here lah.
Okay, how long is this?
Who built the model? How long is this here?
Oh, from here to here, I think around 7.
Nice.
Okay, put it at the scale. Okay. It's easier for us to
Where is the guy?
imagine.
This one.
This guy, yeah.
Plug can be here and also here.
Alright.
And then yeah, this one like that.
Can you put it properly?
Like that.
Okay.
But too small.
The butt too small already. Need to eat more rice.
He 2D, 2D.
Oh, it's rosy.
This one I'll put right here, is it?
Okay.
Oh, do that side, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's more like it.
And then
Oh, leaning.
this one also can be over here. Like maybe this. And this side also like goes for both sides. Because we have the
Then what about this part here? You use this with the
yeah,
steel.
it can be here and here also.
Okay, alright. This looks like a very comfortable space to lean on. It's like a womb or something. Yeah. Okay. But I think this part here is a bit too vertical. Do you want to slant it slightly so it feels more? It's more comfortable to lean on for this part here. I think it's like 90 degrees perpendicular to the ground, right? Maybe it could be slightly slanted, a bit, right? A bit. Okay. Okay, alright. Okay. Okay, you need to draw this bigger into a bigger size paper. Okay. Okay, what do you mean by like half H?
Oh, according to this measurement, so this is H is the height lah. So here's a standard like size lah. So basically, let's say the whole top half of the body is around half like the human height like that lah.
Okay.
So something until like here like that, no? So here's all the measurement. Yeah. Formula.
Okay. Alright. Okay, so what about this one? What are these?
This one is like different construction methods about our structures that we'll be applying, especially in terms of stability. Something like if no hair bracing, then it will like slant like this lah. So I just use triangles very strong now. And then this one is like how the fact like how the arches, the frame, they are all very steady because they have like bracings in between. And then this is like actually one of the design is derived from this concept though. It's like something, it has a pentagon, but what's interesting is like the bracing methods, like how you make it steady. I think they developed it, but it was in the previous mark models. Yeah. So
I think almost there. You're almost there. Just to tweak here, this part a bit. Okay. Also, like I said, make this into a curved shape instead of a straight line. Right. Okay. So, did you guys bring any tools to work on today?
Two saws in studio and then you share one power saw with another group. Then the power here to function the bamboos and also the ropes. And then we also have our own ropes.
Okay. So, what kind of rope are you using?
Jute rope. Jute rope.
Jute rope. What color is it?
Brown color. I think we don't plan to go for black. I think the black is too like. I said like. Yeah, like people will just like get if it's not very well arranged, then it's like you can see like it's not really that nice.
So you plan to have a more homogeneous looking structure.
Oh, we got parang also.
Wait, be careful, don't hold it like that. Yeah, they got evidence, if anything happens. By the way, why do you make this flat for this part here?
That one, right?
Yeah.
Rather suggested to make it flat, so it's like a base to make it more stronger.
I think they also say they want to put storage, so put the bag inside, like you said.
Put all the bags.
Because the transition between this V and the straight line is a bit awkward there.
Just move some a bit up. In the middle. I'm not sure.
Can you make it
gradually
going down? Yeah, I think that's better, right?
Tall to the V like that.
Yeah, this is like an arch, and then it curves down. Yeah. Because this part here seems a bit awkward. It's like, I don't know. Okay. And also, I think you can construct it part by part, then you assemble it aside. So you can construct it into 3 parts, 1, 2, and 3. And in the end, you just like tie it at certain points to combine. So it's easier for you to transport over the real actual site later on. Okay.
This one will be like fluidity.
Yeah.
The sitting part is the grid. So this part is this
sitting
area.
area.
Yeah, the sitting area. Till the end is the lounging.
Where exactly is this line onwards?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're saying all these grid will be here?
The maybe like the hammock.
Which part? You have several segments here. Which part?
Exactly, the center is because of the sushi mat.
So you're saying this entire section here will be the hammock.
And then we'll also create the first overnight as well.
Okay, that's more possible compared to what you have over here in your sketch. Yeah. So the orientation of lounging is just this way, one way.
Yeah.
I thought one person have to do one
This side.
So this part here will just be sitting.
Yeah, some people also lounge, like you can also. I didn't see visitors down here. We lounge.
I mean, if that's the case, what's the purpose of this? All this?
Backrest.
It seems like the anthropometrics for this lounging here, right? It's the ergonomics and anthropometrics. It's not sufficient. Because if you put your human over here, right, this looks pretty.
The lounge. So you can actually put your legs outside.
Yeah, but you also mentioned that you're doing something like this, correct? No.
No.
No, only this way.
Yeah. So if this is the other entrance, so another person will be facing.
I mean, why don't you make use of this also?
Maybe you can remove a few sticks here so that their leg can actually like.
Or
Yeah.
because you have that restriction also, right?
Yeah. So it's basically like they can lounge, but the leg is outside. Outside they can do a lot of movement.
Because the thing is this, if you look from the model, the scale human here, the only usable space is actually over here, and you plan to open up this big space here, that is for that private sitting space. So what happens in the middle?
They are having an equal space in the middle.
It's more private, so because it's shaded.
Yeah.
It's more shaded, so it's more like.
So this is the private, and this is for more like group sitting down.
Interaction.
Here it's private.
Okay. It's just that at the moment, yeah, because you have a quite deep space here, right? Even if this is sitting, right? Because of this length here, right? It seems like even though it's a private space, you won't achieve that comfort level of sitting because of this length here. Alright? So either you shift this, right? Yeah, forward so that you have more leg space, and make use of this as your backing.
Backrest.
Yeah, right. So then this entire space here, you remember we mentioned about how we can actually create a bit more of a separation on the coming up like that, so that it separates more. Here is more enclosed kind of thing compared to here, because if not, you are just sitting at the edges. Alright, and this space here is not really, this suppose it looks more like a backrest, but because of the width here, it's not sufficient for you to actually backrest, use it as a backrest. And this whole space here will be like redundant. Right? Unless this is like hugging yourself like that, right? Get me? Yeah.
I think don't forget about you have to determine design elements and principles that you have learned from project 1. A few comments here. I think the gaps for all these bamboos are too consistent. Like create some rhythm, because I heard that you want to create something fluid, something like consistent. It's too consistent and very rigid. And think about the joineries of these horizontal platforms, how it interacts with the vertical elements. Yeah, I don't think the termination is good. Yeah, because it's exposed. Just like imagine you expose the sections of your building. Yeah, the first step of your building. And also, if you call it as a private space, right? What's the activities or actions that the person can perform here? Or you want to create a space for living, then you can use this wall. Yeah, integrate this wall with the horizontal platform. Yeah, if not, it just seems like two separate structures.
Actually, they are supposed to modify it to make it horizontal. Over here, the skin. It's just that this has not been corrected.
But I think vertical is good. If it's horizontal, right, it seems like too complicated.
Actually, horizontal easier because the structure can go around.
And think about how are you going to terminate all this. Is it with some nice lacing method, or you want to do some fish mount for joinery? It's going to be very bulky. Yeah, look at your study models. See, this one I saw.
The gap of this has to be worked out.
It's going to be very bulky. Yeah. The gap, yeah, I think it's too rigid. But I agree it should be vertical and horizontal.
In terms of circulation, right? So there'll be a lot of people walking through the unit square here, and then there'll be people walking behind here also. So we also wanted to take advantage of the context using these two trees to welcome them right into our structure here. Because like see it actually creates this little pathway between these two. So then it welcomes them inside.
So the triangular base was, the axis was these two trees.
Yeah, so like basically like tree here, tree here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. So it welcomes them right into here. Okay.
Maybe you can put that inside your model the next time. So just to help you imagine. Okay, right, okay. Yeah,
so,
continue.
We also wanted to clear up the middle here. So when the middle is cleared up, it creates this it clears up the circulation for people to walk through and walk to and fro. So then seating will mostly be on the sides of the structure. So then when they sit down, they'll be like forced to talk to each other. Okay. But then that's also what I wanted to induce, because that brings me to the other thing I want to talk about, which is the spatial quality. So we specifically put it in this orientation also, because we wanted to play with the east and west sunlight. So right there is east, there is west. Okay. So it basically, the sun path goes along the contour of the paraboloid. So when it does that, the whole structure is constantly illuminated throughout the day. And then what else? It protects them from the harsh east and west sun also. So then they just enjoy. They can enjoy very diffuse light, north and west sun. Okay. So yeah, that's also what I want to do. So essentially the whole structure will have this kind of ambience when you sit in it. Then when the light slowly weaves through,
So it's
it
about
like explodes on your face.
enjoying a conversation through the passing
Yeah,
day.
through like that. Like that. So we wanted to play with the sunlight, the narrative. That's why I put it like that.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, right. How tall is the person actually you're saying like that?
Yeah,
It will help if next time you cut the scale
like
figure.
that. Yeah. Where's Mini Eric?
Where's Eric?
Oh,
In the box?
yeah, Mini Eric's in the box. Yeah, we cut the scale version.
You are the one who's gonna be in here.
Yeah. If he can be in here, everyone else can be as well. So yeah. So yeah, that's our concept.
I see.